This episode is sponsored by Squarespace.
Oh. Oh. Welcome to Cabin Chiropractic, where you get outdoors ASMR with back and neck cracking. I'm wearing a one-piece marshmallow suit, but it's family friendly. It's an exciting day. We are starting to load up the trailer with insulation for the floor. But it's exciting too because I've had this stack of 3-inch rigid foam insulation just sitting here. I got it for free from a school in my area that was redoing its roof, and by code they could not reuse it. So I threw the contractor a $50 bill and I got like four trailers worth. I insulated my detail shop with it. I've insulated other things with it, and I have a ton left, so we're going to do the floor with it. And so the type of foam this is I think it's called polyiso, which is one of the best types of rigid foam. And then it has a fiberglass face on either side, which makes it fire retardant. Because I think foam is actually pretty flammable. Okay, that's 256 square feet worth. There's really no way, like there's no good way to cut this, but this is the best way that I've found. Table saw. So we're gonna go 14, and we're gonna go less than a half because there's no way I'm super accurate. It does create dust obviously, and there's fiberglass in it, which is kind of nasty, but this is the best way to keep the dust to a minimum. And I'd rather cut it here than back at the cabin. My shop's a mess. I know this. If this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll clean it. just like that. That's 256 square feet worth of insulation, I think, anyhow. I might cut just a little extra to have it, but it's pretty good. You'll see here when you cut into it, that's like what the fresh polyiso insulation looks like. That's probably what it would look like from factory, that color. And this is what it looks like when the sun's hit it. That's the fiberglass top. And so it is a little itchy. I'm a little itchy. I think I might go shower. So this is the trailer. I wish I filmed it, but they wouldn't let me. But basically we got a forklift and tipped this thing over, and it was like a perfect fit. I want to be able to stick all this insulation on here, and I think I can do it. I have like 20 more pieces left, plus some scrap. So we could easily do the roof, I think, which would be nice. You serious? That's so good. It's like, it's as good as anyone could ask for. So this is about $1,000. Like I said, to order this through Lowe's, you had to order a whole pallet. So I've said it before, but I insulated my my detail shop with this stuff. And it is a dark gray and black metal building, and it is very cozy in the winter and exceptionally cozy in the summer. This stuff works really well. Morning. Getting some diesel. We're gonna make a couple trips up the mountain today with the tractor. And I'm not sure how much I have in the old tank. We're insulating today, baby. Probably gotta stop off at Lowe's, get some spray foam, because we're gonna have to spray foam them in there. Look at the rig. Thing of beauty.
Such a long time.
Big money. big money. Oh my goodness. She's a thirsty girl. I'm smiling because yesterday, oh baby, did I ever put my foot in my mouth. I mean, you might not know me, but I like to get excited and say things, you know, and get people fired up around me. That's just like what I like to do. I'm not just trying to get my viewers and subscribers and Patreon supporters fired up. I like to get everybody fired up. So yesterday, I'm getting a package delivered to my property on this big old van, you know, like one of those big Amazon vans. And so I noticed the windows down as the individual is backing up the van into the most ideal spot to unload the goods. And before I can see who's driving it, I'm walking on the curb. I've got a popsicle in my hand because I want to reward them for their service, you know? And as they're
as they're backing up, I say,
Big girl.
and big girl referring to the van. But within 2 seconds, like I said, the window's down and I see who's driving it. And let's just say big girl might be confused with the van or the person driving it. And this is nothing against any shape or size of an individual, okay? I would never in a million years say something like that. But it was in fact a slightly bigger girl driving it.
Big girl.
And she definitely heard me, but she didn't say much. So then I just said, "Want a popsicle?"
Want a breezy?
And I think I mended the friendship that hadn't quite started. So anyhow, if you guys have a little short story of when you've put your foot in your mouth and how you got out of it, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read them so I feel better about myself. All right, let's drive to the cabin.
That's not bad. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.
You have a great day.
You too. Enjoy your day. Welcome back, baby. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. I got up early, did my day job tasks that required doing, and we're here. We're here at 9:30 a.m., which means we got plenty of time to get after it. I think it's 65 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up to like 70, 75. And on the mountain, that's a thing of beauty. Let me tell you. Thing of beauty. Birds are chirping. The frogs be croaking. And daddy be smiling. Oh, the stream is healthy today, boys and girls. Believe it or not, there's crayfish in here.
A lot of people are saying I should build a bridge here. That seems like quite the undertaking. Maybe we'll start by building a footbridge. You guys like that idea? Build a footbridge right over here. If you guys like that idea, let me know if I should build a footbridge. And if so, out of concrete, stone, carbon fiber, or wood. You guys make the call.
Bop, bop, boop, 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 boop. Hello, beautiful. Yeah, baby. Look at that. respirator because, well, my lungs are important to me. And like I said, this has fiberglass on it, so it can be kind of scratchy if you would breathe it in. As a classically trained opera singer, lungs are just, they're pretty important, you know. Especially if you have kids, you know, you got to make sure you can still yell at them once in a while. I'm just kidding, just opera music. Me, me, me.
I'm letting you go. I won't be your backup call. 'Cause for such a long time, my heart is on hold. Dead for too long. Too long. When you're running,
You, my friend, have one nice backside. Oh, ow. Look at this. I'm pretty sure this is mountain laurel. Correct me if I'm wrong. That mountain laurel? See that? Maybe not. Well, the gutter looks like it's doing its work. We've had crazy rain here. I actually was planning on coming here during one of the rainfalls, but things didn't line up and I wasn't able to come. But it doesn't look like any water splashing up against the cabin. Again, easier said than actually knowing, but I'm pretty sure we're okay. I gotta set wildlife cameras back up. If you guys want to send me a wildlife camera or sponsor a wildlife camera, let me know. This right here is the money shot. You know, when I look out here, this is the reason. This view right here is why I bought the land. The moment I came up here, and I actually came up here, there's a little bit of a bittersweet comment, but the day I came up here with my dog Titus, who 2 weeks ago we had to put him down. And, you know, that's why it's been a little bit slow with content lately, because, you know, as a family and personally mourning the loss of a dog I had for 13 years. And by the way, he was like 20 years old. He had already been adopted from a friend of mine. He had him for, I think, roughly 6 years, and he was already 2 or 3 years when he adopted him. I had him for 13 years, and Titus was the first little guy that came up here with me when I was shopping for property. But this is the view that the dream kind of got started on. When I came up here, I just knew this was gonna be the view of my cabin, and that's the reason I bought the land. And it's very easy to start a project, for me anyhow. I think you're either a person that has a hard time starting a project, or you're the person that has a really easy time starting a project and a really hard time finishing the project. I've had to fight that part of my personality my entire life. Oh yes, sirree, Bob. You can ask my wife. She'll vet that. With the support of a lot of people commenting and emails, and like I said, my production staff, you know who you are. We've determined to just chip away. So today, we're not doing anything on the inside. We're not gonna worry about landscaping, the deck, anything like that. We're gonna still focus on underneath the cabin, where we are going to insulate the floor. Thank you for your patience with me, and thank you for following along. If you're not already, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Without further ado, let's suit up. This suit is actually, it feels kind of cool. It feels kind of nice. It's like keeping my body in the shade. All right, let's see how one piece goes here. That's pretty slick. So if I did everything correctly, you know, the centers would be 14.5 inches, and that's what I've cut these pieces to. Well, like I said, I cut them a little shy of that because I was nervous, you know. Can't blame me for being nervous. Because it's rigid, I did not want it to be too tight because you'll sit here and just be banging on it. So maybe we'll get a can of spray foam so we have that, and then we can be kind of installing, spraying as needed. I'm gonna grab my face mask. I just don't want to be breathing this stuff in. Just a little bit of spray foam. It'll help it stick in there. Well, the first tight one. There we go. Huh. I think I need to put just like nails in there to keep them up. Because they're, these wire things aren't great. Not for rigid foam anyhow. Can I use my feet? Oh. Oh yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Thank God I really thought about how wide I was going to cut it, because these are like perfect and they're 1/4 inch shy of 14.5 inches, I think. It's a good thing I'm used to working with myself. Actually, it's good I'm wearing this because that spray foam can gloop out, and it's almost impossible to get out of anything. Now, I did cut some pieces narrower than others, so what I might do is just quickly measure it and then stack them up, make 2 stacks. One that's, I think, 14 1/8 wide and then 14 1/4 inch wide. There's a couple spots where it's clear my joists bow a little bit, which is common, you know, well, it's common for me anyhow, but a joist can start to bow, you know, because I have 8-foot spans before it reaches the third beam here, the middle beam. Okay, looks like this stack is all the same size. $14 1/4. So we got 14 1/4 and 14 3/8, which has so far been working out pretty well. It'll be nice to know my 14 1/4s, just because there are some slightly tighter joists than others. I never, ever said I was a professional. I'm a semi-professional amateur. It saves you from a lot of heartache and headache, but it also creates a lot of heartache and headache. Oh, this is a tight one. What we're gonna do is I'm not gonna cut it yet. We're gonna see how many I actually have to cut. I don't have to cut much, but it's stiff enough, the insulation, that if you hit it enough, it'll just break apart. It's not worth it. Flexibility. Well, I'm almost halfway done. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, I guess 8 more pieces. And then this whole side will be done. And there are 2 pieces over there I gotta cut. But funny me, I didn't bring my saw. Why didn't you bring your saw, Graham? Well, I'm trying to be very diligent in only bringing what I need to complete the task. Because what I normally do is I load my Jeep up in the morning with pretty much every tool I own. Not every tool, but a lot. Too many tools, and I don't touch most of them. And so I'm saving time packing and bringing things up the mountain by just bringing what I need. And then the lower side, I actually think it's going to be easier because it's kind of uncomfortable to lie down on these pieces of wood here behind me, but I'm too lazy to move them right now. But back there's pretty much nothing in my way, so I think I can get stuff in there and then just like lean on the underside, the ground, and just push up. And that should be pretty easy. It's looking pretty good.
Could have a nap under here. Pretty good though. Oh. 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 Oh.
Welcome to Cabin Chiropractic, where you get outdoors ASMR with back and neck cracking. No, I'm not wearing scantily clad outfit. I'm wearing a one-piece marshmallow suit. But it's family friendly.
Help me!
My neck kind of hurts because I'm constantly doing like a sit-up position under there. So we're just gonna take a quick break and grab the tractor, go down to the bottom and bring up all the rock wool, because I'm gonna have to bring it up anyhow. And I feel like taking a little midday break from the under the cabin insulation is gonna be kind of nice. Let's load it up, baby. Not bad. It's pretty heavy, actually. What does rock wool smell like? It smells like baked goods or something. Does it? Or am I crazy? Oh. Part of me doesn't want to put it inside yet. It's covered in plastic. Maybe I just put it under the deck for now. Or some of it under the deck. I'll put some of it. In here. Looks like we got 4 little birds. Tell me which kind of birds those are. They're under the deck right here. Oh. All right, we have more rock wool down there to get, but we're so close and the day is starting to just cruise by, and I don't want to leave the property without getting the insulation complete. So I'm gonna go back down there with the energy I have left and do that. I need a saw. The reason I need a saw is because some of my floor joists were twisted when I was installing them, and so I put blocks. Because these are perfect 4-foot lengths, I lost some of my interior length. So let's see if we can do this. I'm not sure which saw we're gonna use, but oh, like a glove. I think this is going to be a pretty tight envelope. I mean, you don't want it too tight for a cabin, I don't think, but the floor is going to be good. It's going to be bug proof. It's going to be warm. What more could you ask for? And it's free. This insulation is free.
Perfect. We did it.
All right. You can see some spray foam is still kind of gooping out, but it's all locked and loaded. That's beautiful. 3 inches rigid foam. All the seams and the gaps have been filled with polyurethane single component foam. Looks really good. Oh, okay, well, from the bottom to the top fashion, we have now insulated the floor. And now, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Tell me what you want to see in the next one. Maybe I'll work on it. I got a stair idea in the works, and I've got a railing idea in the works for my deck. Just setting some stuff up for that. But other than that, I think we're ready to get inside the cabin. Unless there's something I'm missing. Maybe I should stain my deck. What color should I stain it? Oh, good, they're alive. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, hanging out. If you haven't already, smash the like button and be sure to subscribe. And we will see you at the cabin on the next one, because nobody likes my chicken coops. All right, see ya.
When it comes to websites, I love using Squarespace to build my website. It's easy to customize, update, and packed with features to help grow your business. With Squarespace, you can showcase your services, schedule appointments, and even get paid all in one place. Their Blueprint AI website builder helps you create a fully custom site in just a few steps, tailored to your industry and goals. Need to reach your audience? Squarespace email campaigns make it simple to automate emails, nurture leads, and drive bookings with beautifully designed templates. If you're ready to build your online presence, head to squarespace.com to get a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/woodnessgoodness to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and we'll see you on the next one.